In this video, we're going to go over how to start building a soft and elastic connection to your horse's mouth. This is the beginning of your collected work, but at this stage, it's just more of a connection, a contact of developing that nice elastic contact with your horse, and then over time, you start bringing that up more and turning it into a collection. But there's kind of your responsibility in this and then your horse's responsibility. But for you, you have to have the ability to have holding hands and then being elastic. And what I mean by holding hands is that when you pick up, like if I pick up the reins here and put a contact on my horse and start walking around, that if he leans on my hands, I'm not going to pull, I'm just going to hold. Or if he gives, if he were to release, so if I pick up the reins here, and I'm holding the reins, and imagine I'm holding and he's kind of maybe leaning on it a bit, and as soon as he gives, I soften back. What tends to happen is we want to pull. So we have pulling hands is usually what we have. So I want you to really think about getting holding hands. And now at the walk and at the canter, your hands have to move with your horse, because there's a bobbing. As the horse walks, the horse's head kind of bobs back and forth, up and down, and that also happens at the canter. So with that is I have to be able to be elastic but still holding. But before we even get to that, is I want you just to get out here and get your horse walking around and pretty much give them a loose rein. Just let them go where they want to. And some horses, their head's going to be up, he's got his head down. And so now as we're going, I'm going to start picking up a bit of a contact. I'm going to put a feel to his mouth. And then I'm going to have just a tiny feel there, and I want to see what he's going to do with that feel. Now, we've been doing this for a little while with him. When I first started working with him, he would just kind of grab the bit and just lean. And so then I would have to just hold. So when he were to grab and just kind of like, no, I don't want to come off of that, or he would just lean into it, I would just hold it. But now he's learning to come off of that. So first, again, just start off with your horse walking around, and then you're going to just pick up and put a feel. Get to where you have, maybe an ounce or two of pressure in your hand. And then can you follow your horse's mouth? And you just go with it. So as he's walking along, can I just kind of get my hands, this is an exaggeration, but this is what my hand's doing to follow. If you see his head, how it's kind of going up and down. So my hands have to follow that. So then that's at the walk and at the canter. The trot, they can hold themselves steady. So I'm just going with him. I have a slight feel. Now, again, if your horse is going to lean on you, then you're going to hold and start creating a bend. So we're walking a circle here, and I'm doing that for a reason, because when you start creating a bend through their body, they start releasing, the outside of their body starts to release and stretch a little bit. That release picks their back up just a little bit. And then they can start to soften into your hand a little bit. So you're going to start off with putting him on a little bit of a bend, putting him on a circle. Now he's kind of being pokey here, so I want to get a little bit of a walk rhythm going along with that connection. And you'll see, there's still at times he kind of grabs and he wants to pull out. So I'm just going to hold, and I want him to keep a nice walk going. Now I'm going to get on a circle, and can I get a nice bend through his body and keep a contact, keep that connection in my hand the whole time. There he's kind of wanting to fall in, so I'm saying, no, stay out here. And then I'm going, you see my hands kind of moving back and forth with him. Now this is a delicate balance because you don't want to do too much with your hands, but you also have to do enough. Yeah. So that's not too bad there. Now I'm going to see, can I go from a right bend to a left bend without interrupting him, without interrupting the stride, without getting a brace in his neck. Now, in the very beginning, a lot of times you are going to get a brace. They're going to, from changing from one bend to the next bend, they're going to go, I can't do that. So you kind of just have to be there for them. And again, have holding hands. You're going to hold, say, flex to the left. So I pick my left rein up a little bit, and I hold it there, and I wait for him to come off of it. And there, so now, that's better there, because he kind of came above the bit a little bit. So it's a balancing act as we go along here. So in the very beginning, all you're doing is trying to get a little contact, a little connection. And then over time, you're going to start picking them up. But you're not going to pick them up too quickly. You want to keep them relaxed and soft. So see how relaxed his head and neck is there? That's what we're looking for. And then over time, I'm going to be able to pick that up a little more and a little bit more. And can I keep that connection, that contact, every stride, through the whole ride? Can I have that, unless I'm on a loose rein? But again, you're getting that through the bend. If, like there, he's kind of bracing, so I just pick up and I hold. And I might even put him in a little bit of a shoulder in, and there, I like that. So, because he got really soft through his body, and it started getting a bend, and he kind of tucked his nose in a little bit there. Now I'm not pulling his nose in, I'm just creating some bend and a place for him to go. I don't want to force him into a frame. I want him to get relaxed and soft. And can he have a nice relaxed neck, soft and connected into my hand? Yeah, there. And then can I get some bends? We work to the left, now we're going to go to the right. And can I keep that softness, that relaxation there? Staying connected in my hands. There he kind of pops up. So I follow him, I keep that feel on, because a lot of times the horses are going to kind of pop up and they're going to try to evade that contact. And so I just go with them and say, nope, I'm still there. And as soon as he drops back down into a nice relaxed place, then I'm like, oh, thank you. And I go right back along with him again. So this is pretty nice here. So we're just doing basic circles, and I'm coming along, and then I'm going to change and go back the other band. And can he go from a right bend to a left bend without losing his stride? He did a little bit there, but I'm just keeping a slight contact the whole time. And this, because I didn't do any warm up here on his back, because I wanted to show you this can be a great warm up. You know, walk him, yeah, I walked him around a little bit on a loose rein, but then I start picking him up and say, hey, can you just follow my feel to the right and to the left, stay connected with me. And this is a great warm up, because once I have him consistently connecting with me, then I might go, hey, can you do a little bit of a shoulder in and stay connected? And that might even help the connection more. So there he's getting a little stuck, so I'm just helping him. And that was actually a little more angle than I needed there. So I'm just helping him forward here, stay soft. Can I keep the rhythm? Can I get that bend through his body? There he's popping up, so I kind of go up with him and say I'm still connecting. And then as soon as he wants to drop back down into a relaxed place, but keeping the contact, keeping the feel. The reason he's popping up is he's getting tight in the neck, or maybe in the neck and the back. So they get tight and then he pops up. So I want him to always stay relaxed and soft in my hand. And you know, all in all, he's doing pretty well here. And when you start off doing this too, is you might only get a stride here, and then you lose it, and then you have to kind of work to getting it back. They're stretching to the outside, or wanting to turn in too much, or they're stiff, they're up, they're down. You're gonna have all kinds of different things, and you just keep saying, hey, find this relaxed place, get between my hands and my legs. And so this is pretty good, and we'll show it to you at the trot. So it's going to change a bit here at the trot. So again, I'm just going to pick up a circle and see how he kind of popped up. But now the challenge is for you as the rider is keeping that holding hands. Make sure you're not using the reins for balance. If you're still balancing on the reins, then you go back and do some other exercises of getting independent seat. So here I keep connecting him, stay soft, stay relaxed, and then bend. So the three primary ingredients of forward rhythm, line of travel, and bend are still very important here. And then we're adding in, can you stay connected? Can you keep contact? There he pops up, so I put a little feel, say, come on back down. There he loses it, so I say, connect back up again. There he's kind of out, he's stiff in his neck. So I'm going to help him through bending. There, and so he gets it for a stride, and then he loses it. There we go. And then he loses it. So when he finds it, I want him to kind of stretch and lengthen that neck. Keep that neck long, not contracted and tight. Yeah, let him have that because he held it for a bit. Okay. And now we're going to just go off the other way. Pick up the trot. And same thing, can I keep him connected, keep that contact? It's kind of like, are you walking down the street holding your sweetheart's hand? And there's a nice feel there in your hand. They're not pulling, they're not leaning, and you're together. And that's what we're looking for here. So he's kind of up, he's stiff. So I just keep helping him find that relaxation. And there his nose is popped out, so I'm on a circle saying, can you bend? I want him to relax his head down, so I put a little bit of contact on, saying kind of soften there, and then I give. See, that's really nice. And then we lose it. So then I put a feel on, say, find me again, and then as soon as he gives, I give back, and I want him to stretch that neck out and get soft. And that's why it's so crucial for you to have holding hands. So I'm connecting up here, saying soften a little, yes. And again, so we get it for a step, then he kind of loses it. So I'm saying, hey, here I am, by holding kind of the reins there. And as soon as he says, oh, I need to go down, I give back a little bit, but I don't throw it all away. I don't want to give so much that I lose the contact that I am looking for. So he holds it for just a moment, so I'm going to put him in just a little bit of a shoulder in, see if that helps him. Because sometimes that can help hold him in it a little better. And he's kind of fussing up and down because he gets tight through his back. Yeah. And before the trip there, he actually got soft. He kind of rounded up a little bit and bent through his body. So the resistance is usually a stiffness somewhere. The horse has he kind of felt stiff through this part of his body. He wasn't picking up and bending, and as soon as he was able to flex and bend through the rib cage, he let go and his head and neck kind of softened and went into my hands, and it was really nice for a bit. Now, this is something for you just to go out and play with. You're not going to get it right away. This is months and months of work. But over time, you're going to start picking them up a little bit more and a little bit more, and asking for more accuracy and for them to hold it longer and longer. So for him, if I can get him to hold it at a walk, he should be able to hold a whole circle, and I'm starting to get him to hold in a figure 8 pattern to where he can pretty much, we're not up to 100% of the time, but where he's holding it 75% of the time. But I'll give him, let's say, I'll say, you can do a walk circle. You give that to me, and then I'll let you release. I didn't do much of that here in the video, but do that. Give it to them after they give you something good. Then let them just kind of get off the hook, if you will. Walk around, then you can pick them back up and go the other way. Get that good at the walk, and then at the trot. Like for us at the trot, we're just getting a quarter of a circle good. I'm like, oh, thank you. Then I'm going to ask a little more and a little more, and then eventually we're going to be able to hold the whole circle into a figure 8 and going both directions. So it's that progression that you're just going to keep working towards, holding them in it a little longer and a little longer. So hope that helps you out. Look forward to your comments, and we'll see you in the next video.